Hey, this is Terry from TK Mobile Welding. Today we're going to be working in the shop. Had a customer call me up, had some 1-inch round stainless steel handles, and he wanted me to weld them to a 14 gauge stainless steel door front. So whenever I weld 14 gauge stainless steel or 16 gauge or even 1/8 inch, I like to use an aluminum backup plate. The aluminum backup plate works great as a heat sink, and that helps keep warping down to a minimum. It also, when you clamp everything up, it gives you a nice flat surface to weld your handles to. You don't have to worry about any waves or dips in the material you're welding because aluminum keeps it nice and flat. The other thing I like to do is I like to go ahead and put some aluminum plates on the top where I'm clamping. What this does is it keeps the mar from the clamping down to 0. The aluminum is softer than the stainless steel, so you don't get any marks whatsoever from your clamps. So the customer didn't send me any prints on exactly where to put these door handles. He just told me he wanted them to look nice. So I did a little math and I came up with 5 inches from the side and 5 inches from the top, and that seemed to look pretty good. So now that we got our clamps and our aluminum backup plate all set in position, we'll check one more time to make sure it didn't move when we changed the clamps. Let's go ahead and weld it up. Now we got the first side welded. You can see it's nice and cool. It wasn't too hot a weld. So let's do the same thing on the other side. We set our square at 5 inches. The other thing we can do on this is we can use the negative of stainless steel's pulling to our advantage. If we put a couple of tacks on the inside of the handle, that pulls the one side down, so you don't have to worry about clamping it or moving it around. It just works out pretty good in your favor that way. The other thing you want to do is you want to check it's nice and square. So we put our tacks on it. We'll check it one more time for square after all our tacks are on. The nice thing about running in a circle with stainless steel is if you put the same amount of heat and speed all the way around, if you start with a square piece, you end up with a square piece. Now the finish I decided to put on there were circles, and you get all the grinding marks going in the same direction. The way I went ahead and did that is I took a piece of square cardboard and I cut a circle out. You have to make sure when you cut that circle that you're going to get all the stained area. So you cut your circle, then you just cut a little line in there so you can slide it under. Go ahead and tape it in place. Now I use 3M Scotch-Brite to do all my finishing on my parts here. I use the tan Scotch-Brite, which is the most abrasive. I take a piece and I put it on my die grinder. And I just go ahead and work my way around it. If I didn't have that cardboard down, it's really easy just to get inconsistent marks and it just doesn't turn out as nice as you'd like it. I use one last piece there to go in the circle. and get all my grinding marks going the same direction. Well, thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Next week we're going to have a stainless steel square tubing frame that I'm making, and we'll go ahead and have that set up for you too. Thanks a lot for watching.